Alright gang, welcome back to our playthrough on Beyleron. You join me as it is now actively April. We've got a number of things we need to accomplish today. First of all, and foremost, we need to get this field fertilized a second time. It also needs to be sprayed. You can see it needs to be sprayed pretty badly. So we will spray that today as well. I'm going to put a worker on doing most of this, I think. We'll kind of go around the headland here as we normally do, and then we'll throw it on a worker to have him finish it up, or her finish it up. Our sorghum field is ready to harvest, so that's good because our chickens are getting a little low on food, and as you rightfully did, you all reminded me that chickens can take sorghum. I always forget that for whatever reason. I don't know why I don't think about sorghum, but I never do. I only just think about wheat. So yeah, we can feed our chickens, so that's a good thing. Ideally, we'd like to try to keep some of the sorghum so we can constantly have a little bit of food for them. We don't need a ton right now, but we don't really have anything to store it in. Now, we can store everything in our train silo, but really, we probably need to look at getting a small silo just to hold, you know, food for the chickens and other animals if we get some, you know, that might require that. So yeah, we'll have to look into doing that, maybe today. If not today, probably the next episode. It'll likely be today, though, because today, really, all we have to do is harvest that field over there and then re-drill it, and then obviously just do the touch-up work on this field. But otherwise, we're just waiting on other fields to be ready. Now, as far as other fields go, it does appear that these two will probably be ready in the next month. We also have this one that we plowed up. We have yet to do anything with. So we've got some things we can accomplish here today, but it really depends on what kind of money we want to spend and where we are as far as our time goes. I still think I want to do some kind of root crop in here, but it's going to be difficult, as I've mentioned a number of times already. I think the trees are in the way. I think the awkward shape of it is going to be difficult for root crop. Well, you could do it, but it's not going to really be that realistic, right? Root crop, you're typically going to be in a straight line the whole time, and that is not a straight line field. So, it may not look the greatest if we decide to do root crops there. So, we may end up changing plans ever so slightly, and what I mean by that is we may end up making that just a small field that we could possibly just constantly have sorghum going in so we can keep on feeding our chickens without doing the silo. Like, that probably is the best idea. And then taking this field 34 down here and making that our root crop field. It is a more standard square type of field, so it would be much easier to manage. So that's probably what we'll end up doing, gang, with that field up there. And then obviously we could change that field at some point later on, but I think that is probably the best path forward for us. So we're almost around the headland. You guys would think I'd be drinking. I haven't had a single thing to drink today. We're almost around the headland, and we can get a worker going on this, and then we can flip over to our harvester and get harvested. How is everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. At the time of this recording, I am recording it a little early, about a week early, actually, almost a week exactly early. Now, I have to do edits and everything, so obviously it's not ready to be uploaded yet, but as far as recording goes, I'm about a week before this would go live. And we're at, I think, 960 subscribers, so we're very, very close to hitting that 1,000 mark. That is a huge milestone. I don't know, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it on this series, but if not, I am doing a giveaway when we hit 1,000, so if you have yet to subscribe, now is a perfect time for you to do so. And just by subscribing, you'll be entered in. Well, subscribing and commenting when I release the 1,000 subscriber video, the special video we're talking about what the giveaway is. So you got that coming to look forward to. So if you haven't subscribed, you definitely want to make sure you subscribe and check that video out for further details so you can get entered in to win completely free. Just a thank you giveaway from me to you. It's nothing special, so don't expect it to be like show-stopping things, but I think it's a pretty cool item. I'm just gonna stop talking. I'm giving more away the more I talk, but it's a cool item. We'll leave it at that. I keep bringing out small hints in every series whenever I decide to talk about it. And I really don't want to give it all away, but I guess that gives you more ideas of what it could potentially be. In any case, we're going to get this harvested here. Now, sorghum, I believe it's not going to be good for a while. So, it'll probably just be something we store. Actually, it's not bad. It is not bad at all. We will be selling it today. It is not bad. It is actually pretty daggone good. 2.6. The average high is 2.8. $200 less per 1,000 liters. We're going to take that all day. All day long. That's really good. That may... Well, I don't know, maybe not. But I was going to say that might get us to a point where we could potentially buy another plot of land too, which we're starting to get the crunch here of having lots of things to do, which is good. I was a little concerned early on in this series because I spent so much money on the land that we did purchase, plus the few items that we got, specifically this harvester. It was very expensive, so we didn't have that much money, and I was a little concerned that it might be a little bit too slow of a series, but I think we've recouped nicely. That tree devour has really changed the game for us. We do have some more trees right there that we can chop down. It's not the best time to sell them right now. It is getting closer to being the best time, though, but we'll take a look at the price and see what it looks like. If it's not too bad, we could do it this episode, but it might be better off for us just to wait, because next episode we're going to have 2 things to harvest. We're going to have a lot of things to do in the next month, and probably the following month after that, and then that following month after that, or the month after that even, so 3 months from now. Probably confusing you all, but 3 months from now, I think that's around the time when the wood chips are best to sell. So if we kind of, timeline this out and plan it out properly, we may end up just naturally being at a point where we can do the wood chips and get the best price for them, and that will be a game-changing month. Well, both of those summer months, the June, July, August, even one of those, whatever those months are, when it's best to sell our crops, that's going to be a game-changing couple of months there. We're going to have a lot of things to sell, make a lot of money. Hopefully, I don't know if it will actually happen or not, but I would like to buy this land, this plot right here, next to us on the other side of the road here. It's a very, very, very big plot of land, though. I mean, very big. So we'll just have to see how things go, I guess. Been really, really busy at work, so if any of you are watching this that are part of the typical crew of us that do videos together and challenges together, I apologize. I have been very far behind on all of your videos. I hope to catch up on them soon. I have a trip soon. I think I've mentioned it previously on a different playthrough. It's just a trip for fun. It's actually a mini vacation for me. I'm very excited about it. I'm going to Vegas for a couple days, a long weekend basically. So it's going to be a lot of fun here in June. It's going to be ridiculously hot, but it's Vegas, right? So you got pools everywhere, you got indoor AC everywhere, so it shouldn't be that bad. And I'm sure I've mentioned it. It may even be on this series. I don't know. I might be repeating myself, but I'm a big poker player, big Texas Hold'em poker player. So I like going to Vegas to play Texas Hold'em, and when I'm there, it will be the World Series of Poker will be going on. So very excited to go check that out. I'm not in it. Not in it by any means. I don't have 10 grand to enter the World Series of Poker, although I'd love to. It's not something I can I can put into the budget now or anytime soon. Maybe when I'm old and close to being retired or something. Maybe then I'll just enter it for the hell of it. But I mean, $10,000 is a lot of money. That's a lot of money to more than likely just blow, right? I'm definitely not as good as those guys, so. But it would be a fun experience for sure. Just to see how I do, right? Put my my skills to the test against some amateur pros and pros in general. I play in a league around here, but it's not like it's a it's nothing special. It's just a league at a family entertainment venue. That's not to say that there aren't good people there. There are. It's about 50 to 60 people-ish every week, so it's pretty fun. Last week, well, At the time of this recording, I guess when this releases to you, it'll probably be about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I did all right then. I got 5th place, so I made some money. Got in the money. Not too bad. Anyway, I'm going on a little bit of a tangent here that has nothing to do with farming, so I apologize. Sometimes I go on tangents whenever I start talking about something that I'm interested in, and that is one of those things that you may or may not know, and now you do. Alright, so this is pretty much full, so I'm not even going to start here because I often get distracted and don't pay attention to the bottom right corner, and I start killing crop, even though it's a small amount. I start killing crop. So we need to get in the John Deere here. So thankful we have 2 tractors now. It's really night and day changes here. It's going to make everything so much faster for us. We got a lot of stumps there we need to grind up. So next time we get that tree devour, we'll have to remember to do that. And I'm still undecided on what I want to do with the road up to the farm there, the farmhouse. I'm undecided if I want to keep those trees there, if I want to destroy all of them and put down a specific type of tree and make it look very unified and in unison. I don't know yet. I don't know what I want to do yet. Alright, so that worker thinks he's done. I feel like he has missed something just based off the fact of where he has turned and stopped. But we'll find out here in just a second. Once I unload our harvester here, I will go ahead and throw that on a worker. And we'll take a look at the other field as far as the fertilizing goes and see what he missed, if anything. And then we'll have to flip it over to doing the herbicide. So, what are we looking like here? What are we looking like? Lime. I didn't put any lime down. That's the problem. I didn't put any lime down yet. Okay, well, we know there's tons of wheat. Actually, all right, he did okay. He's fine. We're good. Okay. So we'll go take this back. It looks like the harvester is still unloading. It looks like it just finished, actually. Let me just move this out of the way. We'll have to take care of this in a second, but let's just move that out of the way for right now. Alright, let's put it on a worker. Nope, nope, you're not doing what I want. You're not going the way I want you to go. He's still going to do it. Well, whatever. Well, he can just do whatever he wants, I guess. Alright, so let's get this going first. We'll take the trailer load of sorghum. Well, we'll take it over here, obviously, and dump whatever we can into the chickens. And then we'll take the rest of it to the silo down there. We need to get that harvested pretty quickly, though. Based on what I was seeing, it looks like... ooh, just run right into it. It looks like it is dropping in price, and it's a decent price right now, so I really don't want it to drop any further. Alright, we do have a full pound of eggs at the chickens as well, so that's really good. We'll go ahead and fill this up. $3,139. It's a lot, but we're going to utilize it, so there's no reason not to. I want to take a look over here and see how much of this we actually got as well. There's still quite a lot, actually. Quite a lot of sugar beets. So we'll have to fit something for those as well. Remember, we talked in the last episode that we would likely be doing some kind of production for those sugar beets. I really, unfortunately, didn't spend the time as I had hoped off camera doing some research into that. So I will have to do that either during this episode or in the following one. But we got a lot of things to do here. I'm actually going to do something a little bit different. I was going to say cheeky. I've been watching Clarkson's Farm, and now all of a sudden I got British terms in my head. Do something a little tricky here. Well, a little sneaky, I guess, is really the closest definition to cheeky for American English. I'm going to go around this way and make just kind of this side of a headland pass, so that way the worker doesn't get caught up on anything. And then I'm just going to throw it on a worker, and we'll see what he gets done, and we can touch the rest of that up later. So we'll do this. I will get, obviously, the trailer unloaded, and get the harvester fixed, get all of that set up, all that fixed, everything else. When it's all done, be back with you. So we'll throw a little quick time lapse in here. Probably about, well, actual game time, probably about 10 to 12 minutes. And for you, probably about 3 minutes or so. And we'll be back with you. Alright, gang, that is that field done. This is the last load, so we'll see how much we got. It should be a decent amount, and then we're going to call the train. And I think, even though we have some things to do today, I think we're going to take the long way with the train. I had mentioned that a number of times, and we haven't done it yet. So I think we're going to today. So, let's see. Quick save, obviously. It's been a bit. I've got it on autosave. 36,000 liters of sorghum at 2,625. That's pretty damn good, honestly. I will take that all day. Now, soybeans are not best until July, but it's 5,267 versus 6,495. I'm going to sell the soybeans too. It's one trip. It saves us a little bit of money. Understanding that it's April and it's going to continue to go up, I get that, but it's not that bad. It's really not. So we're going to sell that too. I'm going to turn this on. I always forget exactly where this is. I always miss it. It's over here. I always think it's over here, and it's over here. So we'll turn that on. Boom. We're at the train. Perfect. We always have to turn that on and kind of ruin the immersion for a little bit while we wait on the train. So the train's a bit a ways. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and fold that up. We'll take this back. We will have to do a little bit of cleanup work over on that field that we were herbiciding. Well, the worker did a bunch of herbiciding on for us. There goes Byron. Byron did have a little bit of an issue with me. I don't know if you saw it. I kind of ran into him a little bit. I think it was mostly my fault, but we won't tell him that, right? We won't tell him that. So Byron and I had a little bit of an issue during that time lapse. But it wasn't that bad. Still need to spend a little time as well working on our yard a little bit. Our yard's just kind of just everywhere. There's really not any rhyme or reason. So we need to spend a little time on that as well, trying to clean this up a little bit. We do have at least a, well, a cover, I guess, is more it is. It's not really a shed. It's just more of a covering. Doesn't look like the train's there yet. So let's see what was missed. I think it's just going to be over in that corner over there. I don't think there was anything else missed that I saw, but let's just double check that theory here. Or that statement, I guess. Oh, there was some. I said theory, but really it's a statement. So there's just little corners here when they were turning around, because they were going at it at an angle. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, they always go at it at an angle on this map. I don't understand that. And there's the train, right on cue. So let's see if we can go down here. I don't know if the worker will do what we want him to do or not, but we can try it. I think it's the trees in the way. Actually, as a matter of fact, I know that's exactly what it is. So we won't even try to put it on a worker. We'll just come back. We can touch this up. When we come back, we'll grab. When I say we come back, we're still going to be talking. We're not going anywhere. When we get done with the train, when we come back to our farms, I guess is what I was trying to get at, we'll put a worker starting at least doing the drilling over there, and we can finish up the touching of the spraying here. Okay, put the sorghum in. This should be a good payday, really. 36,000 liters of sorghum. This should be pretty good. I don't think we had anything else in there, did we? I don't think so. No wood chips or anything? Yep, nope, we're good. So wood chip price February. It's better than it has been, but we're gonna wait. We're definitely gonna wait on the wood chips. So let's go, like I said, the other way, because we have yet to do that on the train. At least on the series we haven't. Take a look a little bit more about the map here that we're dealing with. Trying to get a little bit higher view here. So these fields up here on the hill, they look a little bit, well, not a little bit. They look pretty good. It's just they're on that hill. This is a cool little building down here. Not bad. I'm not technically saying we have to keep our yard where it is. I've kind of mentioned that already. We can move the yard. We may end up moving it to the other side where our silo is, and we've kind of started working on building productions and stuff. We may move it over there, but we'll have to just wait and see what, you know, what's our best fit. There's another little building house there. There's some kind of memorial or something down there. I don't think I ever noticed that every time I've played this game. Well, this map, I should say. Did you see that? I don't think I've ever noticed that memorial down there. But then again, I've never really taken the train all the way around like I'm doing now either. I just kind of go to the closest sell point and we go from there. This is a pretty view on the train, though. If you had a passenger train here, this is a very picturesque area. We have big, massive fields up here. Massive, massive fields. This bridge is sweet. Alright, there's the castle. You can see our farm from down there. There it is. There's definitely some cool areas up here, but I still think I like ours best. I like that big island in the middle of the lake there, which we turned into our house. Yeah, okay, here's the other train point here. And I swear that there was it wasn't just an open area click to call the train, but it looks like it is. I guess I'm just... I mean, it's been a long time, so I guess I'm just forgetting. I mean, it's been since 2022, really, since I played this map, so... Well, I guess it's the end of 2021, right? I don't know. I guess I just didn't pay attention to that. $191,512. Yeah. So let's get this back. Let's get the drill out, and we'll get the drill going on the other field, and then we'll touch up doing the spraying. Alright, gang, so we had a slight change of plans here. We're going to drill this field over here. I already mentioned it. We're going to drill it. We're going to put sorghum in it. This will be our sorghum field for the foreseeable future. My goal is to do what I had talked about at the beginning of the episode and make that smaller field that we bought way down there into our root crop field, whatever it is. Potatoes, sugar beets, carrots, whatever it is we decide to do. That is what that field will end up being. I'm going to leave the other big field that we harvested today as is, I think. I think we'll drill that in the next episode. Now, like I said, we'll probably have two fields that are more than likely ready to harvest in the following episode. But that's okay. We don't have withering on. We don't have seasons on or anything like that. So we can technically wait, right, on that field. We don't have to harvest both of those fields in the same episode. I think it actually is going to play out better for us to go that path, to not harvest both of those in the same episode. It'll give us something to do so we don't have to skip as many months. Now, we've already done that once already in this series. Well, we did it on Elm Creek a lot, and we are allowed to do that. There's no rule or restriction against doing that, but I do try to prevent that from happening as much as I can. I don't really like doing that, but sometimes there's just nothing for it, and especially for a series like this where we're just literally playing through it, I think it's okay to do. So now this field really shouldn't take too long, I don't think, to do, because it's such a small field, but there's not really the ability here, unfortunately, for us to put this on a worker. This is going to have to be a field that we always are the ones doing the drilling, the harvesting, all that stuff. There's really... It's too awkward of a shape and too small of a shape, really, to even try to consider putting a worker on this. Now, you may be asking, well, why did you change your mind and why are you not drilling the big field? Well, I have an idea. Now, I'm not going to really expose that idea just yet. We're going to wait for a minute. Because I'm not positive it's going to work as I, at least in my head, envision it to work. So when we're done drilling this, we're done finishing up the touching up of the spraying over there, I'll go off camera for a minute and just make sure that my idea is even feasible. And I did kind of take a peek at, the time of this video already. I mean, it's not super long or anything like that, but it is getting pretty long already. This is typically the series that I try to keep a little bit shorter. Doesn't always happen. Sometimes we have hour-long episodes or more, but ideally I want to keep this series around the 30 to 40-minute mark at the most. Just because there's really no true restrictions or really, any kind of major challenge hurdles in this series. It's literally, we're just going to play through it and hopefully continue to gain and increase our funds, so then the following series, the following map on the series, we'll have more money to play with and be able to get bigger equipment. We do a lot of challenges on this channel in regard to, you know, different things that all the guys come up with. And that typically means we're not utilizing very large equipment, and that's kind of where I want to get to, but I wanted to have it a logical path, right? I didn't want to just start with all this massive equipment. I wanted to kind of build our way up to it. So that's why we do it this way. I think it's something fun to look forward to, too, right? It's not just the same boring thing every time. We're actually trying to get to a certain point and have something to strive for, instead of just playing through it. Anybody can just play through it. Everybody does that, right? There's been many, many people who have done that. So just add a little bit of an extra spice to the series, I guess. A little more flavor. This is a very, very awkward field. This is taking a long time to do because it's so awkward. Harvesting this field is going to be difficult, as I've mentioned before, but it's going to be, you know, seconds. If we get rid of that tree, which we probably will before we harvest this field, it's going to be seconds before this is done. Now, we will have to fertilize this field when we're done here, but that, again, was going to take a few seconds as well. Because this drill does not have the ability to put it doesn't have fertilizer in it. It's not putting down the first application of fertilizer, so we have to do that. Now, having said that, it may already have the first application of fertilizer on it, because this was just grass. So I'll have to look at it. It may not need that application of fertilizer. Well, it's going to need a second application, but it may not be the first application is what I mean. Alright. Field is drilled. Let's take a look here. It does need an application of fertilizer. It needs it needs lime and rolling as well. So that's a number of things we got to do really quick. It won't take long to do it, but we do have to do that. We've got to finish up the spraying over there as well. So let's do that spraying really quick, and then we'll finish up this field. We'll probably put a mini time lapse in for the small field. It literally will be 30-second time lapse, probably, maybe less. Just a real quick splash and dash there. You've already saw me do that recently, so I don't want to spend a bunch of time doing the same thing as I've mentioned before, right? Oh, there's Byron trying to come by and start trouble again. There he was. All right, let's get this done. Now, 277,000. How much are these big fields? Okay, we're not really close. We're not really close to any of those. We're close to this one, but we're not really close to either of those. These are going to be too much because there's all the trees there. We could buy 11. So 11's an option. What is that? Potatoes? Or is that sorghum? That might be sorghum, actually. I don't know. I have to look. Yes, I know I'm wasting some herbicide by not dropping down the sprayer, but it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. We're going to come up here and we're going to flippy turn anyway, so it'll be fine. Now, ideally, what I'm going to do with some of this money, as long as my idea doesn't take up everything here, we're going to hopefully upgrade some of the equipment we have here. We'll probably put down some kind of a a workshop of some sort, so we don't have to drive all the way to the shop to make any modifications to our equipment. But ideally, we need to, as we've mentioned a couple of times now, fix the harvester header, or the harvester pipe, excuse me. The pipe needs to be the extension pipe. It was kind of expensive, so that's why I did not do it originally. But now that we have $277,000 to our name, we are going to do that. And ideally, we expand out the sprayer here and our fertilizer spreader, just to make them a little bit, hit a little bit more of a larger width. Save us a little bit of time. Because now that we've got a number of fields, and they're relatively large fields, we're going to start running into some time crunch issues here. I don't think we're going to have enough money to do all of that, plus get a third tractor, but if we could get a third tractor, that would be ideal too. We do have a pallet of eggs, like I mentioned earlier, so we can take a look at the egg prices and potentially sell those. But I don't think eggs are good in April. I think they're almost the worst they could be. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. And then we've got the sugar beets, right? Which the sugar beets, hopefully, are going to be part of my idea. I'm hoping it works. It may not, but I'm hoping. Nonetheless. So let's spray this field quickly, and then we'll go grab the lime. Alright, gang, so the idea that I actually wanted to do really wasn't working how I wanted it. It was really causing some mayhem with the land itself. So we did go with one of these smaller implements. We've used very similar buildings to this. There's a ton of these buildings. They all do different things, but they all look pretty much identical. There's 3 of them. So we're utilizing this one. It's a potato production small. It will allow us, if I find it, here we go, to do sugar beets. So we can make sugar beet sugar. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to turn that on. and we're going to start having this auto-distribute into here and make us sugar. There's reasons for that. Let me actually flip this on. I don't remember where exactly I need to go. I guess I could just go into the menu and do it, but we'll do it from this way. That's fine. So sugar beets, we want to distribute all of those sugar beets. Now, the distribution should start coming over here. It should. I think you have to wait for the hour, I think, to flip over. I think. I'm not positive by that, so don't hold me to it. But the nice thing it looks like about sugar beets is it doesn't need any water. You literally just throw the sugar beets in there and it's going to start making a sugar. So I don't know if I can pick these up by hand. If I cannot pick these up by hand, then we've got a problem. I can. Okay. Maybe a little unrealistic, but we'll take it for now anyway. We'll start throwing those in there so we can at least get some things going. But since we have that on distributing, I expect those to start populating over here when we start making more of them. At least hopefully that's what happens. But it may just, like I said, wait until... It might even be overnight. I don't know for sure if it's going to be by the hour or if it's going to be overnight. But regardless, hopefully that's what happens. We'll have to monitor it and see what happens. Let's get all these over here. And then what I might end up doing, actually, just to see if it's by the hour or by the night, I might just speed up time real quick. Don't love doing that, but just to see our tests here. We'll speed up time and see what happens. Now, eventually, we are going to have to get, you know, some kind of pallet fork or something to get the pallets of sugar this is going to be producing, but... Well, I guess eventually maybe we might even utilize that sugar for something else, for another production, but for now, we're just going to be making the sugar out of it. Perfect. All right, so that is underway. So let's go ahead and speed up time here. Let's see if anything flips. So we've got 7,990 something liters. So if it goes over 8,000 liters, then we know that it's going to go by hour. It did. Perfect. Okay, cool. So we've now got 28,957 liters of sugar beets in there. It's going to be really nice for us. We're going to make a lot of stuff out of that. Now, eventually, it may get to a point where this is just jam-packed full of sugar beets, and we may start spawning these, and we could just potentially sell them, or we could do something else with them even. But that's what we're going to do. So we're going to probably leave the episode... Not probably. We're going to leave the episode there at that point, gang. Hope you all enjoyed it. Like, subscribe if you're new. It's free. Helps me out a ton. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, or ideas, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. I'm happy to get back to you on those. Check out the links to my other channels. Links are down below in the description. Thank you so very much to all of our channel members. I cannot thank you all enough for supporting us. And until next time, I'll see each and every single one of you. Hot air balloons in the next episode.